And a very pleasant good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on this beautiful Friday, July 21st. It's going to be just me today. The room is empty other than me, as the fellas can't be here. We've got, I think Lucas has gone to a volleyball tournament, and Brian has some work. Brian and Jamie both have some work stuff that they have to get done. So it's just me, you, and the TV today. But we're going to have some fun as we're going to talk about the British Open golf. We're going to talk about baseball, a little bit of baseball. We're going to talk a little bit of World Cup soccer. You know, you're going to want to watch World Cup soccer. I'm just telling you, it's fun watching these young ladies play, and you're going to really enjoy it. And that's a bit of what we're going to do today here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey on this, like I said, a beautiful Friday, July 21st. Hope you are getting out and enjoying the day here in the early part of the day before it gets too doggone stinking hot. It might get a little bit, I'll bet you I know why it's getting so hot out there. It's July 21st. That's why it's getting hot out. You can kind of count on that. On July 21st, it's going to get hot. What is going on in and around the area this weekend? Got quite a few things going on this weekend. Over in Flora, it is at Charlie Brown Park this afternoon at 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's the start of, basically the kickoff event for the Clay County Fair. It is the big barbecue that they have at 4 o'clock on the Friday before every year. It's going to be in the REA building over there at the fairgrounds. The cost is $8, and the menu, of course, is pulled pork as well as baked beans, coleslaw, and plenty of other stuff. Homemade dessert and a drink. Then the rodeo. They've got that big rodeo over there, too. Now, that's not put on by the fair. The rodeo's put on by the Young Farmers group over there in Clay County. They do a wonderful job, and that has $10 tickets. It's going to start at 7 o'clock in the same similar area. You can't miss it if you go to the area. You're going to find it. You're going to have some fun tonight. Also going on tonight up in Effingham. Now, this has typically over the past few years been a 2-day event. They've scaled it back to 1 day this year. I think they lost the professional barbecue cook-off stuff, but this is the Effingham Jam Barbecue Cook-Off. It is set for tonight in downtown Effingham. Put some pork on your fork at the Effingham Jam, presented by Kerner Distributor on Friday, July 21st. The Hometown Throwdown local barbecue competition. So it's the local competition this year. We'll set the stage for a night of great barbecue along with music, food, fun. Your team of amateur barbecue enthusiasts get involved and do yourself, have some fun. Try to win. Those prizes are gorgeous. I know Boost does some wonderful prizes for that. At about 7 o'clock tonight up there, it's going to be the Troubadours playing. They're their local band. And then after that, it's going to be Loose Lips, which is a Nashville band, and they feature Effingham's own Miles Baker. So that'll be a lot of fun. They're going to take the stage probably around 8:30, go to about 10 or 11. Proceeds from the Effingham Jam go to the Chamber Foundation scholarship program. So the money's going to a wonderful place. So give all that stuff a good, clean, fun effort tonight. What else going on this weekend? All kinds of stuff, as I said. Over in Richland County, our friends over there in that direction, I know West Salem's close to Parkersburg. It's the Parkersburg Chowder. It's going to start at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. The annual chowder set for Saturday at the community building. All proceeds go to benefit the Oak Hill Cemetery there in Parkersburg. Serving is scheduled to start at 10:30, both inside and outside. And I think that's also going to be for both chowder as well as take home what other stuff they have. bulk will be using the drive-through lane. So if you're going to eat there, you're not using drive-through. But if you're going in bulk, or if you're buying in bulk, they'll be signs. You won't miss it. You're going to get your chowder. Parkersburg does a wonderful job. They're also going to have pork barbecue, as well as salads, pies, and all kinds of cakes. So give that a shot. While the popular parade will start at 1 o'clock, the little Mr. and Miss contest will start at noon, and the tractor display will also be set up. So a good time. Over in Flora, back in Flora, at 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon, it's retirement time for the Flora Public Library, hosting a retirement party for Donna Corey from 3 to 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. She has served the library, I hesitate to tell you, 48 years Donna has served the Flora Library. Congratulations to her on her retirement. The Library Board of Trustees and staff all hope as many as possible of her family and friends and coworkers and the folks she has assisted over the years come by and stop by and say hello. Refreshments will be served. Also over in Salem on Saturday, a big old benefit ride starting at the Salem American Legion. Well, kind of starting at I believe it starts at Salem American Legion. It's not going to end there. It starts at 9 o'clock. Going to be a 50-50 raffle. This is Ride for a Cause. Registration at 9 o'clock, as well as kickstands up at 10:30. There's going to be a dessert auction as well as entertainment, a meal at 4 o'clock. The drive-in meal, the food, by the way, after you get back, put on by the Lucky Bucket Fried Chicken. That's always a good time. Driver and meal the cost for the driver and meal are $25. Driver, passenger, and 2 meals, $40. So it's a good price, and it's for a cost. Proceeds do benefit Mike Bartley for medical expenses. The Friends of Grayville, big event in Grayville on Saturday, as they are hosting a big old hog roast on Saturday. It'll go from 5 o'clock till 8 o'clock there in downtown Grayville. Meals available by donation. So if you're over on the the eastern side of our viewing area, say you're in Albion or you're West Salem or Browns, this is easy for you. You go up to Parkersburg in the afternoon, head down to Grayville at night. Easy drive, and it's the short drive home. So they're going to have a cornhole tournament, starts at 2, as well as a kart show, and registration at 4 for that. Going to be a Jeep Bronco side-by-side and golf cart show. How about that? That's going to be a good time. Entertainment provided from 5 to 8 by, you love them, the Duke Boys, the big old Duke Boys band. They're going to be playing also at the event. The Grayville Senior Citizens Group's going to have desserts. Good time. Blueford Rotary Club from 7 to 9 is going to have their big old breakfast. And final item I got to tell you about, Ham City Jam. This is on Saturday. The Ham City Jam. Now, this is the Effingham Jam. This is the Ham City Jam. This is for skateboarders, folks. This is going to be a good time up at the Hindelmeyer Park up in Effingham. Have some fun. Sign up from 9 to 11, and then they're going to have a big old skating contest starting at 12. So that's a good time. If you like that X Games type of stuff, by all means, go and enjoy yourself. Going to have a good time. So a great weekend to get off, or to get out and enjoy the outdoors. What else is going on here on the 21st? Ladies and gentlemen, I have never heard of this one. Never heard of this item. You ever heard of a Lamington? What is a Lamington? July 21st is National Lamington Day. This is kind of an Australian thing. This delicious food holiday celebrates Australia's most famous culinary icon, the Aussie Lamington. I always thought Vegemite was Australia's most famous culinary icon. Today they're encouraging folks to try Lamington while spreading the word about this tasty cake. The governor of Queensland, Australia, from 1896 to 1901 was Lord Lamington, and he receives the credit for creating it. It's a sponge cake dipped in chocolate, and after you dip it in chocolate, you sprinkle the cake with fine pieces of coconut, and then the rest is history. Lamington Day. presume it's good. I can't tell you. I make the presumption. It sounds good. You can't go wrong. Sponge cake, chocolate, and coconut. Well, you can't go wrong. But give it a shot, folks. It's going to be a good time. This is National Lamington Day. Always, I've never heard of it. If you want to enjoy, I like sponge cake with strawberry, strawberries doused on top and cream, but that's me. Because if you don't want to go with the Lamington stuff, this is also National Junk Food Day. This day dedicated to the food that everyone loves to snack on, and I think you could probably count Lamington as food, as a junk food. With the advent of packaged foods back in the late 1800s, junk food made its way into American life. Still, home-cooked meals remained a standard for several decades. However, after World War II, the artery-clogging industry took off. Since the population ate out more, traveled more, the industry was primed to produce products at an increased rate. From frozen food aisle to fast food chains, the myriad of choices for consumers flooded the market. Potato chips, baked goods, and so much more filled supermarket shelves, prepackaged and ready to go. I got to tell you, looking at that list or that picture of junk food up there today, within the last month, I have had each of those items, and I'm guessing not within the last week, but within the last month, I've almost certainly enjoyed each of those items. All you got to do, moderation. Enjoy Junk Food Day in moderation. That's the thing to do. It's you'll stay healthy that way, healthy and wealthy, and live longer and do wonderful things. What else is going on here on July 21st? It is National Be Someone Day. This challenges each of us to take 10 seconds to make a difference in a child's life. What can you do in 10 seconds? You can shift gears, or maybe water a plant, hear or tell a bad joke in 10 seconds. You can change your mind, say a prayer of thanks. When you walk into a room, you can register pain in somebody's eyes, maybe, and begin to provide comfort, praise and honor someone who deserves it. Also, this is kind of a commitment to reporting child abuse on July 21st. Take the pledge to be the person to make a difference in a child's life. Most importantly, be someone prepared to report when a child trusts you enough and tells you they are experiencing abuse. 10 seconds alone can change a child's life. Learn the facts, minimize opportunities, as well as talk about it, know the signs, and react responsibly. Project Harmony founded the Be Somebody Day back in 2000, doesn't say. I was thinking it's 2004 or something like that. So it's been around. It's kind of an opportunity for you to keep your eyes open and be on the lookout for if you can help somebody if they're in need. What else going on today here on this beautiful July 21st? Well, what's on TV? What do you want to see on television? In baseball, it is the White Sox at the Twins, Lance Lynn versus Joe Ryan. That's going to be on NBC Sports Chicago, Channel 643 at 7:10. Also, a game on Major League Baseball Network. It is at 6:10. The Mets at the Red Sox, Kodai Senga versus James Paxton. That's on Channel 599. And you're saying, Bruce, you know that I'm a Cardinal fan. You're a Cardinal fan. Or you're saying, Bruce, you know that I'm a Cubs fan. You're a Cubs fan. Well, I'm not a Cubs fan, but where are my Cubs and Cardinals? They play at 1:20. Aha! This is one of those awful days of the year where Apple TV Plus has the Cubs and the Cardinals. They've got them both because they're playing each other, and it's at 1:20. And if you want to see those, you have to have the pay subscription to Apple TV Plus. A lot of folks have them. I don't. I'm one of the few people in the world who've never seen Ted Lasso, so there's that. But if you want to see the Cardinals and the Cubs with Jack Flaherty versus Justin Steele, it's on Apple TV at 1:20. Other things on television today, the Golf British Open. We're going to talk about it a little bit later on. Well, actually, next segment, we're going to talk about golf. That's from 3 a.m. until 2 p.m. today on the USA Network, channel 620. And Women's World Cup, it is ongoing. It started Thursday night. Thursday morning, actually, and we're going to talk about it, too, coming up. But the big game, 8 o'clock tonight on Fox TV. It is the USA versus Vietnam. We got all kinds of stuff coming up here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Take the Points edition, and I am Bruce Dickey. We'll be back talking British Open right after these words. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians, and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I'm Dr. Eric Pikus. I'm a general practice physician here at CRHPC, and I work at the Clay Medical Center in Flora. One of the things that I love about working for CRHPC is the fact that it's a federally qualified healthcare center. And that means that we can take care of any patient, whatever the case may be. We don't have to worry about their financial situation. And I love the fact that we can take care of anybody that needs our help. So no matter what care somebody needs, we're going to give them the best possible care available without judgment.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for being here today as we are going to talk about a wide variety of subjects in the world of sports today, including, first thing, let's talk about the British Open. It opened on Thursday morning. The British Open opened. I didn't mean to do that. But the British Open started on Thursday morning. Here is kind of a look at what the opening wagering looked like. This is before the Open started, and let me tell you a few things about a few of the players here on this list. Rory McIlroy, the favorite there, along with Scotty Scheffler. McIlroy won the Scottish Open just last week. So you're thinking, well, he comes in hot, Bruce. You're clearly going to bet on Rory McIlroy to win the Open. Well, maybe not. There's only happened one time in the last 40 years that the player coming in winning the Scottish Open has won the British Open. That was back in 2013 whenever Phil Mickelson did it. So I'm probably not going to bet on, I'm probably not, I've got bets here for three of us, by the way, and I'll give you those in a minute. I'm probably not going to bet on Rory. Elsewhere on that list, you see, well, Scotty Scheffler's, he's the world number one player, right? Just posted his seventh consecutive top five or better event finish last weekend at Scotland. Scotty Scheffler comes in like a house of fire. He did just get his seventh in a row top five finish in the regular tour. Also, at the British Open, or pardon me, if you go to the majors, over the last 7 majors, I believe, he has 7 top fives in a row. So, if not 7-5 anyway, Scotty Scheffler is coming in on fire. How about Johnny Rahm? How about John Rahm? He's coming in at 12 to 1. He hadn't played in 4 weeks, and he also missed his cut the last time he played. So that's kind of a stay away for me. I'm staying away from Rahm. Brooks Koepka, PGA champ, he played in Europe a lot of times. He's a live golfer now. How about you going to go for Brooks Koepka? No. They're at 20 to 1. I'm not going Brooks Koepka. Brooks, the last couple of weeks, has been not playing very well at all. How about Cameron Smith, last year's champ? He on this list at, where is Cameron Smith? He ought to be higher than that. I may be missing him. There he is, 16 to 1. Cameron Smith, that's a good pick. How often does somebody win the British Open 2 years in a row? Not often whatsoever. Ricky Fowler. Is that who you're going to go with, Bruce? I love Ricky Fowler in this thing. I think Ricky Fowler is a good, feel-good story. He comes in there but at 25 to 1. And by the way, the last time they played at this golf course, he went into the final day with the lead, tied with McIlroy, got beat by a stroke by McIlroy, took second place the last time they played this. I like Fowler. I'm probably not giving him full bet up to win, but I am putting some money on Fowler just because of that history. So I'm telling you all that to tell you this. There's the look at the front page. Here's a look at the second page of the bets. Now these were before the week started, before the tournament started. You take a look. When I'm shooting this show on Thursday afternoon, the tournament is underway. Here's a look at the leaderboard. You say, Tommy Fleetwood, he's doing pretty good. Tommy Fleetwood comes in with a pretty good head of steam too. How about this Christo Lamprecht guy? Who's he, Bruce? You gonna be all over Lamprecht? He's an amateur, and actually, I don't even think he's in the top. I'll get to the current odds after the first round here in a second. But you look at that. You look at that first round scoring. It's the only real surprise there, Stewart Cink. Actually, then Lamprecht is a surprise. You go to page 2. This gets you down to about the top 23 or so, and you've got some folks. I did not bet Tomas Peters. I always do bet Tomas Peters. If you're a familiar viewer of this program, I'm a Peters fan, but I didn't bet him this time because I just keep losing with Thomas Peters, and I want to win. Doggone it, I want to win. All right, so what did we do? What do we do here? Weeze picked, and as well as Lucas has bets in this horse race. And let's see, Weeze has Tommy Fleetwood. Well, Weeze has the same thing as me. Weeze has 25. He's got $5 on Fleetwood at 25 to 1. I've got $3 on Fleetwood at 25 to 1. This would have been before the first round. So he and I both feel pretty good about that. He also has Minwoo Lee top 20 at plus 400 for $5. Shane Lowry top 20 at plus 210 for $5. Siwoo Siwoo Kim top 20 for $320 at $5. I've got Scotty Scheffler top 10 at even money, basically 110 minus 110. I've got $10. I just want to win. I want Scotty Scheffler to get in the top 10. I'll feel fine. I want Ricky Fowler top 5. I didn't pick a Ricky to win. I've got Ricky in the top 5. It's pays 5 to 1 if he gets in the top 5. I'm okay with that. I've got Tommy to win. Tommy Fleetwood at 25 to 1, $3. And these are show bucks, by the way. We put $20 a piece on the show bucks. And I've got Matthew Fitzpatrick at 45 to 1, $2. Fitzpatrick had a rough day. He may not win it. What's Lucas have? Lucas has Patrick Cantlay to miss the cut. Well, we see Cantlay on page 2, tied for 18. He's going to have a rough second day. I think he is Shane Lowry top 10 plus 320. He's got Cam Smith top 5 plus 350, $5 a piece, and then John Rahm with the win at plus 1,200. Rahm is several over par right now. So you say, Bruce, you tell me this, tell me what? You tell me this, tell me what? Well, here's what the new odds look like. Fleetwood started the day 25 to 1. Now he is 5.5 to 1. Scotty Scheffler started the day 7 to 1. Now he is 6.5 to 1. And Rory started at 7 to 1. Now he's 9 to 1. And if you look down, you can find some other folks that you might want to keep an eye on. As Weeze had Siwoo Kim top 20. He is now down to 45 to 1. Some other names to keep an eye on. Emiliano Grillo, also in the lead after the first day, is at 22 to 1. Ricky Fowler has dropped from 25 to 1 to 60 to 1. John Rahm has dropped from 12 to 1 to 60 to 1. And it gets uglier. I'm surprised McIlroy didn't drop farther than that. But it gets uglier when you look at page 2. Tony Finau has dropped like a stone. Several of these other players have just been Dustin Johnson now 175 to 1. Cristo Lambert, you see him up there in the corner. That's who I was talking about. He's the first round leader. 80 to 1 on Cristo Lambert. He's a college kid, plays for Georgia Tech. He's played in the last. He played in the NCAA tournament about a month and a half ago, over in Arizona. Got beat 3 times. Got beat in the quarterfinal, the semifinal, and the final. Here he is leading the major. You just never can tell. That's why they call it gambling, and you don't want to bet more than you can wager. Good luck to the folks on the wagering on the British Open. We're going to come back, talk a little bit about the Women's World Cup right after these words. Stick around, back in a sec.
At Midwest Farm and Land, we've got a team of dedicated land, home, and commercial experts ready to help.
We understand that buying or selling a property can be extremely stressful. Let our folks take care of you and help you find your perfect piece of property.
Whether it's recreational or hunting land, farmland, homes, or commercial, we're there to help.
Local experts with national reach. If you're interested, give us a call, 618-532-1961, or check us out on the website, midwestfarmco.com.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. I'm Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is our weekly Take the Points edition of the show. And Jamie and Brian and Lucas couldn't be here today. Good luck, by the way. Lucas has his daughter playing in a volleyball tournament down in Cape Girardeau, maybe, or something like that. So good luck to Grayson and the gang down there. But speaking of women's sports, how about that Women's World Cup? Did you stay up last night? Did you stay up on Wednesday night until 2 a.m. to watch New Zealand play the Norwegians? You didn't? I wish I had, actually, because New Zealand upset Norway 1-0 in last night, and then Australia played. Because the games are taking place in Australia and New Zealand. They're the home teams, so they're the ones that there used to be kind of more of a home field advantage in soccer than it's kind of dissipated. They used to give you like a 1-goal advantage, but it's now the last time they held the World Cup, at least the Women's World Cup in France, the home goal was defined down to about 0.25 goals per game. Just giving you a little bit of a heads up, not to count that much on home field. However, the Norwegians got beat by New Zealand. New Zealand was not supposed to be in the same league with the Norwegians. Here's a look at the brackets. There you see New Zealand and Norway in the first game up there in the top part of it, and Australia over on the other side in Group B. The games continue tonight. And actually they kind of make an exception to give the U.S. The U.S. has 2 games at 9:00 at night over the course of the play-in rounds of the group stage, and I think they're about the only team that does that. So they're making the exception for U.S. to have early games. Thing is, the U.S. is basically be starting their games at warmest time of the day down there. Now, granted, it's wintertime it probably shouldn't be that warm. It's wintertime right now in Australia and in New Zealand, but that's something to keep in mind. Here's the overall odds at this time. I popped this morning, or Thursday morning, pardon me, and England had been the number 2 pretty much strong, but money has come in on the Americans, and money has also come in on Spain, as Germany and Australia round out the top 5, and then you go on to several. Netherlands, of course, they reached the finals last time, lost to the Americans in the finals. They're 22-1 to win the championship. So but really, what's more fun, I think, is if you take a look at it, they've got 8 groups of 4 trying to get into the knockout stage, right? So you can bet on the groups, see who you feel like may or may not be able to make a statement, make some kind of dream come true potentially. Take a look at this one, Group A and Group B. This was Norway and New Zealand played today. New Zealand, by the way, came into that game. They came into that game having gone in their last 9 games. They were 1-7-1 while scoring just 3 goals and allowing 22 goals. Now, Weeze and Lucas and I all picked these. We picked all the rounds, or all the groups. Weeze turned his in after Lucas and I had turned ours in. Weeze also turned his in after this morning's game. So you really can't blame him for picking New Zealand. But you can. I mean, that's just not cool. He would have picked Norway, but he did not. So he's got New Zealand winning this, Group A. Whereas Lucas and I both have Norway winning Group A. Norway still can, but they're going to need a little bit of help from the Switzerland probably to beat New Zealand. Philippines can, but they're not that good. What do you want to think about in Group B? Well, Group B with Australia being the home team, they're a pretty heavy favorite over Canada. The thing is, Canada has faced Australia twice in the last year and beat them both times, and they did it both times in Australia. Something to think about. I didn't realize that when I picked Australia to win. I might have to rethink. All three of us picked Australia to win the Group B, but it might make me rethink my Group B betting. As you see, that's a big number for Australia. That's too heavy to bet on it. I might take that Canada plus 200. Put down $5 and get back 15. That'd be all right. How about Group C and Group D? By the way, Spain is ranked 6th and Japan 11th in the FIFA rankings. Then you get down to Costa Rica and Zambia. Zambia's got all kinds of problems right now. This is probably the easiest. Well, maybe not quite the easiest, but the top two ought to get through pretty handily. And kind of the same thing with Group D. England has one of the top players in the world, Alex Popp. She is an outstanding player. And but then you look at the Danish. The Danish in 8 qualifying matches outscored their opponents 40-2. 40-2. So you think the Danish can catch the English? Maybe. Do you give them 11? Do you get 11-1 chance to do it? That might be something to do. The thing is, whenever the Danish scored all those goals, they were not. They were not playing impressive teams. They were playing a bunch of Yugoslavian republics who are not all that good at the women's soccer. Let's take a look at Group E and Group F. I'm kind of surprised U.S. is that close, actually. And now the Netherlands did make the final last time, but Netherlands kind of comes in limping, and U.S. has a few injuries as well. The U.S. is trying. They've got some good young players on there, Sophia Smith and some other good young players on their teams that. I'm kind of surprised U.S. is only minus 335. They're probably going to beat Vietnam by a bunch Friday night. Portugal at plus 5,000 seems like a long shot too, but the longer than I'd go. France at minus 250 and Brazil at 175. Those appear to be the top two to qualify. By the way, if I didn't say earlier, top two in each round, or probably in each group, do advance to the knockout round. So that's how that works. And then taking a look at Group G and Group H, the Swedes and the Italians. I've got Argentina actually winning this group, and I just think that they are I like their chances as a tremendous underdog, even though they come in as the number 20th team in the world. Italy the number 16th, and Norway the number 3. Pardon me, Sweden the number 3. I just think they have a shot. And then, by the way, Weeze has Sweden and Lucas has Italy. I, by the way, took Brazil, by the way, the last one. The other two guys have France. All three of us took Germany, as they are a pretty prohibitive favorite in Group H. So this all gets underway tonight. It's already underway. It gets underway in earnest tonight, as you'll see the Americans play at around 9 o'clock Central Central Time. I don't know if it's the coverage. They say 8 o'clock, but I don't know if it's game time or coverage. I think it's 9, because I think it's 5 p.m. I think it's 5 p.m. time no, that would be doing the math in my head. This international dateline stuff is tough. 16 hours forward from 9 o'clock is, 2 o'clock. They have been trying to avoid the afternoons. That's when you'll see it. It's on Saturday afternoon. So that's all coming up. Enjoy it. It's really fun. It's a good time. Even if you don't enjoy soccer, it's a bunch of folks running around on green grass that is fun to watch. And then they stand up and yell every 15, 20, 30 minutes. It's a good time. We'll be right back here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We're going to talk a little bit of baseball right after this. Stick around. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hey folks, welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Hey, shout out to my little nephew who's visiting a brand new baseball park today. He's over in Cincinnati. I don't know how many parks that makes that he's been to, but that's a good habit to get into. I think I've been to 28 of the 30 major league teams. I've been to 28 of their parks. So, well, if you add the ones where I've been to 2 of the different parks, it adds up to 40 or something like that. I don't know. But they're of the current Major League Baseball, been to 28. Bruce, who haven't you been to? I haven't been to Tampa. I haven't been to Florida or Miami. I got to go to those at some point because they're both playing solid baseball a little bit anyway. Although Tampa just in the last few days was caught by percentage numbers by the Baltimore Orioles. Orioles in first place in the American League East. Now, granted, they have played 4 fewer games. The Rays have 4 games in pocket, and I don't see the Orioles holding on. And to tell you the truth, to tell you the truth, neither really does Major League Baseball see the Orioles holding on to that division lead as you go. You take a look at what the gambling odds were. They still have 2-1 on the Rays to win the division, and as opposed to 2-1 the other direction for Baltimore. So at least with the Rays, you got to bet $100. If you bet, you got to bet $210 to win 100. With the Orioles, if you bet 100, you win $215 back. So on top of your 100. So that's it's a good story. I'd love to see Baltimore win that. That would be fun, but I don't see it happening. Elsewhere throughout the American League, you've got the other interesting thing is the Yankees are not in the playoffs right now. They're several games back. I'll show you the wild card here in a second. The Twins have caught back up with Cleveland. Just a week ago, Cleveland was in first place. They've had kind of a rough week as the Twins have caught back up and retaken the lead. They're the only team in that division now over 500. And then you look out west, Texas Rangers still holding on to a 4.5 game lead. Now, I didn't pull the picture of that division of the West, but the Rangers are now the favorites in the West if you're looking to bet, but it's still pretty close. I think the Rangers were plus 140 and the Astros were plus 160 or 180 because you've got the Angels also with the chance to catch either of them, only half a dozen games out. Taking a look at the American League wild card, there's where you see the Rays in command of that wild card right now. And if they catch the Orioles would be in command. The Blue Jays and the Astros, 3.5 games back, they're the Yankees. And so do the Yankees with the trade deadline looming. Next week is the trade deadline. I think it's Tuesday, August 1st, or the July 31st, or Monday, July 31st, or whenever it is that week. It's coming, and the Yankees decide to get a pitcher and try to get into the playoffs with Aaron Judge hurt. Every team that we talk about here has some issues whether they do that. The Los Angeles Angels, they're 4.5 games back from wild card. Have they given up on their wild card spot? And do you trade Shohei Ohtani? And who's going to trade for Shohei Ohtani? It's fascinating. This next week, it could just change a lot of things, or just change nothing. But it's all going to start at the top on whether Shohei Ohtani, I think, gets traded or not. If you'd asked me last week, and I think we did talk about it last week, I don't think Ohtani gets traded. I would be really surprised because if the Angels trade Ohtani, that means they have no chance to get him back in free agency. I don't think. However, if they don't trade Ohtani, he's going to be a free agent, and they won't get much compensation for him. And they probably don't have much chance of getting him back in free agency either way. So I would say they should trade him, but I'm not going to say the Angels will trade him. I'm going to say the Angels don't trade him. If I'm going to hold me to a prediction, the Angels are not going to trade Ohtani. Here's a look at the National League. And of course the Braves just running roughshod over the rest of that National League East with a 10.5 game lead with 60 games or so to go. That is an impressive. That's 60. That'd be 67 games to go. That's an impressive year the Braves have going. Looking down at the Dodgers, they finally caught the Diamondbacks in the last week. The Diamondbacks had led the Dodgers over the course of the past 2 or 3 months, and now the Dodgers have finally caught the Diamondbacks. And then you look at the NL Central. The Cardinals, who have won 6 out of their last 7 games, make that 7 out of their last 8 games. They have moved in front of the Phillies. They're playing Chicago this weekend. If they If they win 3 out of the 4 against the Cubs, they'll basically be in a virtual tie with the Cubs, with the Reds and the Brewers in front of them. So you're saying, Bruce, do the Cardinals want to go for the division? Well, they've already said they're going to be sellers. John Mozeliak's already said they're going to sell. You got to figure Jack Flaherty, I think he's pitching tomorrow. Yeah, he's pitching that afternoon game. Pardon me, today. He's pitching today at 1:20. The game that we can't see on Apple TV, he's pitching that one. Too bad. It may be the last time we can get a chance to see him in a Cardinal uniform, and we won't be able to see the game. What do you do? Also, Jordan Montgomery, he's probably gone. I don't know. The Cardinals, it's a nice too little too late thing right now for them. I'd love to see what they can do if they could get to 500. If they get past 500, they've got a shot at the Brewers. I don't know. Might be with a different pitching staff. Here's what the National League, the wild card looks like in the National League. Cardinals are 9 games back in the wild card, and Cubs are 6.5 games back in the wild card. Reds are pretty close. Reds have to catch the Marlins and the Phillies or the Giants, and I don't know if their pitching can hold up. It's going to be, but then again, I never thought that the Arizona Diamondbacks pitching would hold up. So if you look at the division, this is the main close division in the National League. Whenever you look at betting numbers. Cardinals are still 8.5 to 1 to win the NL Central. That means that there are people in Vegas who don't believe what John Mozeliak says. They think he's fibbing. Far be it from John Mozeliak to tell a fib, huh? I don't know. I don't know if he's fibbing or not. Maybe if he doesn't get a good offer for any of these guys, he keeps them, and they do try to go on a run. 65 games left to go in the year. Could they catch the Brewers down 10 games? That's about what it's going to take. I don't know. It's a mystery, but it is certainly intriguing to look at. And Vegas only giving them making it 8.5 to 1, while they're making the Cubs 15 to 1, and the Cubs are 3 games ahead of the Cardinals. It is just. It's fascinating. Somebody out there thinks Cardinals are going to try to win the division. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to come back and talk about. I've got interesting new. I don't know if any of you have seen or played the Immaculate Grid. It's pretty cool. It's like your Wordle, and I'm going to show you how to play here in just a second. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey right here on Wabash Catch TV. It's our Take the Points weekly Take the Points edition. We'll be back right after this.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at CarnabySquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
You ever accidentally set on your like your wire to your ear if you're listening to headphones or something like that? That's how I listen to the show, and yeah, right now, right? I just did that. That hurts. It'll get better here shortly. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much for joining the show today here on Wabash Cats TV. Appreciate you. By the way, I was sitting there thinking about the show today, and I got to look at the schedule for next week. We're getting into the nitty gritty, folks. The summertime, it's going to hit August, and when it hits August, school starts right directly thereafter. And when school starts, we're going to start doing the sports here on Wabash real soon. So probably about third week of August, we'll start with the games, volleyball as well as football games. So we're going to start talking to the coaches pretty soon here too. Next week we've got Kevin Green from Salem coming in, as well as Brian Tackett coming in from Flora, football coaches. Going to have Justin Townsend coming in here in the next week or so. Just getting you to look forward to. It's going to be football coach city, and then volleyball coach city, and then we're going to have baseball coaches, and then it's off and running. So do keep it right here, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Do you remember? Maybe a year or 2, 3 ago, that you had your little phone thing, right? And you started seeing these daily. Somebody would be on Instagram or on Facebook or wherever, and they would tell you their Wordle score. Do you remember when that was a big thing? That was fun, I guess. I never played. I just don't get into that kind of thing because I'm a sports guy. I like sports more than I like words too. I'd probably be okay at it, but I just never played. Recently, a little similar thing has been making the rounds, and now it was bought by Baseball Reference. It's called the Immaculate Grid. Here is kind of what it looks like. This is you can go on Twitter or go on Threads, go on Instagram, go to Immaculate Grid, and you try to fill out each of these 9 spots, which in this case, somebody who played for both the Giants and the Royals, or the Pirates and the Royals, or the Pirates and the Mets, and then the Reds and the Royals, Reds and the Mets, and also had a 300 career average with the Giants, the Philly, the Pirates, and the Reds. I must tell you, I've played a few. It's addictive. I mean, it is such fun. It's free, and it is addictive. I'm just telling you how to. Here's what I did on that one. I messed up. I forgot about Johnny Cueto pitching for both the Reds and for pitching both the Reds and the Royals, and as well as for San Francisco and the Royals. Here is how they tell you there were 90 different players who played for both the Giants and Kansas City, and this tells you how many people have done that 300 career average for each of those teams. And then you look at this one. This is the top picks, top correct picks for each one of those things, like Johnny Cueto, San Francisco and Kansas City, Michael Conforto, the Giants and the Mets. I picked Willie Mays, put him in that one, and had somebody else in the other hole. But that's the thing, you can do it however you want. You can set it up however you want, just whatever comes into your head. And and it's fascinating. Here's, like I said, there's the winner, and here is the percentage of people who got that particular spot right. Only 55% of the players got the Pirates and the Kansas City Royals guy right. And then they also do it for football. I didn't realize till today that they also do it for football. This was today's grid in football, and you had Niners and Vikings on one side who played for them, the Eagles and Kansas City on the other side who played for them. Oh, it was fascinating. I'm running out of time telling you about it, but I just had a ball trying to play both of these. I'm just telling you, if you get the chance and you've got nothing to do on your phone, you get one time to kill, Immaculate Grid. It's pretty doggone cool. Folks, you go out, have yourself a great weekend. We'll see y'all next time on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Have a great day.